Shiny lava. Yep, we have a new model and a new version of Ollama to support it. Ollama 0.1.23 is out, and along with it, Llava 1.6 has been released, offering 7, 13, and 34 billion parameter variants. I'll talk more about Llava and give some examples in a bit. First, let's look at some of the other features in 23. Keep alive. Wow, this has been a hot request for a long time. When Ollama starts with a model, that model stays in memory for 5 minutes. Let me tell you how many folks are happy with that. Exactly none. There are two strong opinions on where this should be. One group says it should be longer, and the other group says it should be shorter. So now for API requests, you can pass a keep alive parameter setting. This is a string. If you pass 30, then it's 30 seconds. But tacking on an S, an M, or HR will clarify things a bit. This is just in the API for now. Maybe in the future, we'll get this on the command line, or as an environment variable, or in the REPL. Support for NVIDIA GPUs has expanded a bit, so some older cars are now supported. As long as your GPU has a compute capability of 5 or higher, you should be set. That ancient, ultra-cheap eBay special, though, may still only be good for scrap and not much more. The Ollama debug equals 1 setting that I demoed in a recent video is now in the product. So you don't have to build to get that. What that does is to give the full details on prompts and outputs in the logs for Ollama. Definitely not something you want to run all the time, but when trying to figure out what an application is doing, it can be magic. There are a few smaller things, but let's start talking about multimodal. First, you can add an image path when running Ollama run. Just tack on the path to the end of the command. This isn't for working with the image interactively, but rather when you're also asking the question on the command line. And now you can also send a message to a multimodal model without sending an image, though I'm not really sure why. Okay, so let's get into Llava 1.6. Llava stands for Large Language and Vision Assistant, and it's all about doing image to text. First off, how do you get it? Well, just like any other model, do Ollama pull Llava or whatever tag you're using. If there's a new version available, it will download what's new. I have a tool creatively called Ollama Model Updater that will go through all your models, searching for the ones that need an update, and then pulls the update. It's more than just running Ollama pull on everything. My tool compares the manifest on Ollama.ai with what you have, and only initiates the download if there's something different. This often saves me 20 to 30 minutes to update everything. There will be a link in the tool below in the description. After you download the model, you can still go back to the previous version. Go to the Ollama.ai page for Llava, and then the tags page, and you can see there are a bunch of models there that are version 1.5 models. If this page is a bit confusing to you, check out this video that describes what's going on here. So while you're downloading the new model, you might be curious about what's new. The model now supports a higher resolution. Now this may be a bit confusing. Llava supports high resolution images, but to do so, it has to split the image up into smaller pieces, and then recognize what's in each piece, then flatten the images and results. Now, because it supports the higher resolution, it doesn't have to split the file up as much as it did before. There's better visual reasoning and OCR. It's not a full-on OCR engine. There are lots of OCR tools that run on low-powered machines that perform better, and it's definitely not great at what is often called ICR for handwriting, but it's still amazing to see how much better this is getting, and it won't be much longer before those OCR tools just can't compete. It becomes more interesting when you combine OCR with understanding the meaning of the image. So here's an example from their announcement paper. It's an image showing flight info, and the prompt is, I need to pick up my wife. I live in San Jose. When should I leave? And the model spits out, based on the info provided, the flight is scheduled to arrive at 11:51 at SFO. If you live in San Jose, you should consider the travel time, which is 45 to 60 minutes, depending on traffic. To ensure you have enough time, you should leave San Jose no later than 11 to account for traffic and unexpected delays. However, it's a good idea to leave earlier. Now that is pretty cool. Combine this with function calling, and then maybe you get the actual travel info that day and add the appointment to the calendar, maybe update it as travel info changes. Well, this gets really, really amazing. Now here's a cool demo from AI and Design on Twitter, where he has the model roast himself. Fashionably bald and bearded? I resemble that remark. Well, here's another one I think is really awesome. It comes from Tremor Coder in the Ollama Discord. Are you signed up for the Ollama Discord? You can find it here at discord.gg/Ollama. He gives the model an image and then asks for recommendations for edits to improve that image. That's such a cool use case. And apparently Llava 1.6 is so much better than 1.5 was for this. But one of my favorites is this Poetroid camera, a play on Polaroid, which, having worked at a camera shop in the 80s and 90s on the island near Miami where I grew up, I remember well. It recognizes what's in front of the camera, then generates a poem based on it. I thought it might be fun to try to recreate the software part of this. So I built a simple example, and let's take a look. Right up top, I read in a style and an image path from the command line. Then I create a new Ollama object. Oh, by the way, this is using the new Ollama.js library. I read in the image file into a buffer, and then base64 encode the image. Now I call the Ollama chat endpoint, passing the Llava model a simple prompt and the image. Now the first attempt I had at this, I tried to have it write the poem itself, but Llava seems to suck at coming up with different styles of poems. It was the same thing over and over again. So instead, I just have Llava describe the image, and then I passed that description to Llama 2 and had it make the poem in the style of someone. And it's pretty cool. Let's try one. It's a picture of a motion sensor from Onvis, and it does an okay job. Next is a blurry image of a Stream Deck, which it's interpreted as some DJ equipment. I'll skip that one. But the third try is a view of the sunset from our house. You can see Mount Rainier over here and downtown Seattle. Gorgeous view. It's so gorgeous waking up to this. And here's what it comes up with for Dr. Seuss. Oh my, oh me, oh what a sight to see. A sunset view so serene and bright you'll see. In the background, a house stands tall and proud, overlooking the water, reflecting the day's crowd. Above the house, clouds drift by in the sky, tinted with colors that make you sigh. From warm oranges to cooler blues, they play their part in this sunset scene that captures your heart. In the foreground, our railing can be seen, suggesting we're up high in this sweet dream. The shadows grow long and the sun descends. Early evening, oh, what a wonderful friend. No text to distract or confuse, just pure delight in this image that fills us with such pure sight. So come and gaze upon this view with glee, a sunset scene so serene it's plain to see. Yeah, that's pretty fun. So that's a little of what you can do with Llava and what's new in Ollama 0.1.23. Do you have any cool projects that you've seen with Llava? Or how about ideas for things that you want to build with it? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll cover what you're up to in a future video. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye. For those of you who watch me after I finish, I feel like I should do something. Maybe that's going to be my signature, like thinking of something random to do in front of the camera. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think of something.